Alright gang, welcome back to our Island Preservation Challenge on Ronida Island. It is still June. We are in the process here of getting the spinach up and ready to go. Other than that, there's not a whole lot left for us to do here in June. We'll likely jump to the next month after this. We got everything else kind of set here for the most part. This is oilseed radish. Once July comes into play, we will need to obviously plow this up and re-drill this, and then we will see if the spinach is regrowing again or not, if we need to do anything afterwards, right? That's the big thing that we're all not quite sure of. I did not mean to put that on a worker. That was a mistake on me. We're not quite sure, though, right? We don't know for sure if the spinach is only a two growing, it'll regrow once and then you have to replant it, or if it'll continue. To me, it kind of looks like it'll regrow again, but I don't know. We'll see. We will see. Now, we got lots of spinach, and I don't know, to be fair. I'm recording this. Well, at least part of this episode is being recorded prior to the last episode being released. I don't know about all the pallets and stuff over there. I don't know what all of you said, so I will have to wait until the next episode really to do anything. If you did have any ideas or thoughts about how I can fix that, if there is a way to fix that, rather, and all the issues that I had there. For me, at least for now, my standpoint is going to be, I'm just going to put down a silo at some point, and then I will only move the crop I need over to the palletizer when it's time to go and sell it from the silo. That's at least the idea that I'm going to continue to run with here. Whether it's right or wrong, that's my plan. So, anyway, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well. Things are good, man. Things are good. All things considered, they're good. So the next episode will be relatively busy. When I say the next episode, I meant the next month. Why do I keep saying next episode? The next month, July, will be relatively busy. The reason why July will be relatively busy is, well, a couple of reasons. One, I believe this cotton field will be ready to harvest. So then we've got to make the decision if we're going to buy the cotton harvester or not. As I already mentioned before, we're going to plow this field up and then put something in it. And then we'll see about the spinach, right? We'll see. If the spinach is regrowing, we will need to weed it. But again, we're not going to get a whole lot of yield out of it because we're not putting any fertilizer of any sort down on it. But it is a lot cheaper, right? I'm not spending any money on this specifically, so... let's see, what else? I'd like to start getting greenhouses going. I think I mentioned that in the last episode. I don't know if we'll have the time to do it this next month or not, or this episode, I guess. But if we can, I would like to do some greenhouses as well. We've got one greenhouse, but I'd like to kind of expand that operation a little bit larger. I'm not sure what greenhouse I would do yet, but I would like to do that because that'll add some supplemental income to us, just like the crickets do, right? It'll add a little bit more to us, or for us, I guess, in this instance. I might end up getting rid of the crickets, too. I'm not quite sure if I will or not, but we might eventually get rid of the crickets. If I'm going to keep the crickets, I might as well go for the flower, the insect flower, right? But I'm not quite sure I want to do that. I kind of think I want to keep the pallets at this point to things I can pick up by hand, and one greenhouse of crickets is really enough for me right now. I don't really want to deal with the whole not being able to pick them up by hand, because if I ever do cause an issue or screw up, which will happen, right? It's just an absolute nuisance to actually get them all picked up and fixed in an order where they can be used properly, right? So, or stacked up properly, rather. So, I guess we'll see. Other things we need to do. I don't know how much wool's over here. There's a bit, so we probably can bring that wool over and put it into Grandma's knitwear as well before we end June and go into July. Obviously, we've got all these pallets that we need to pick up, right? Now, realistically, with the palletizer here, what we want to do eventually, we have the money for it technically now, but what we want to do eventually is get some kind of a wheel loader or a front loader of some sort for a tractor, but really I'd prefer like a wheel loader. I guess I could get a standard forklift, but I really kind of want to go the wheel loader approach here. But get a wheel loader that has some forks on the front, and then we can pick up all those pallets you know, and put them on the trailer, you know, instead of having to do them by hand, right? But having that option to be able to pick them up by hand when they do fall over, because it's going to happen, it definitely makes my life easier, right? It definitely makes my life easier. So, long-winded, but I guess the main reason that's why I'm saying I don't want to do any of the greenhouses really, besides the one that we have right now, where you cannot pick them up by hand, right? I really don't want to deal with that. It's already, I mean, we're early on here, but it's already going to be a struggle on this series anyway with how much land you're going to have, how much there's going to be to do, to already have to throw that into the mix as well, right? That difficulty into the mix as well. Now, I apologize, gang. The sciences are getting to me today. And, well, quite frankly, it's pouring down rain right now. I don't know if you can hear it or not. It's storming really bad. It's supposed to storm all day. It's like 95% rain in Ohio today. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize. Not much I can do about it. But it's storming really bad right now. I don't know if I have anything else to really talk about, so I guess we can go ahead and just get to work here, getting the rest of this done. Now, I could try to put a worker on this, but as you've seen lately, the worker, for whatever reason, is having an issue with this field. For some reason, it thinks that the field is not an actual field, so it can't figure out what it's doing. So really, I think I'm going to have to do this one myself. Maybe we can go around the edges there again and add some more grass texture to maybe try to help, you know, prove it's an actual field to the worker, I guess, or to the workers, I guess. But yeah, and until that happens, really, we're kind of stuck doing it ourselves, which is not a bad thing. It's just making a comment that we're going to have to do it ourselves, right? So anyway, let's get to work. We're pretty much done. Now, a lot of you, actually, I saw comments from previous episode, one before the last, actually, that were correct, and it wasn't really something I was thinking about until now. So there is an option for us as far as the cotton harvester goes. Excuse me. There is a cotton harvester option that we could potentially get. It's the Colossus pack. Now, the Colossus pack normally means unrealistic, right? But there is an option that you can do with that Colossus pack where you can keep it realistic, right? And it is a little bit cheaper of a cotton harvester than if you were to buy the Case or the John Deere that are out there, right? So it's a little bit of a better option as far as saving money goes. And you're all correct in that statement. I think that is probably what we're going to end up going with, honestly, because it is a savings of money, and we definitely want to save some money, right? We definitely want to save some money. So I think that is probably what we're going to go with, which Be a little exciting, right? It'll be a little exciting. We need gas. Ooh, we need gas badly. Well, not that badly, but we do need gas. Okay, so where's my trailers? They're really over there. Okay. Oh, it's connected to the other tractor. Well, of course it is. Well, we'll still drive the John Deere over here for now anyway. Lots and lots and lots of spinach, man. We are going to make a lot of money with spinach when it comes time to sell that spinach. Now, to be fair, it's only worth about $500 every 1,000 liters. But, you know what? With how much we have, that's still a lot of money. And we got a lot of eggs, too. Look at all those eggs, man. Whew. It's going to be a good payday coming up there. So, I guess what I'm trying to get at is we will absolutely probably take advantage of the Colossus pack and save ourselves, I think it's almost $100,000 in savings on the actual cotton harvester price. And if we do that next month, I mean, realistically, I mean, we'll be looking at still having at least $200,000 plus in the bank account, which is a lot of money, right? And that's really probably enough money for us to be able to survive and say that it's justified, right? Because a lot of you were correctly calling out that maybe I should hold off one more season on buying the cotton harvester. But really, if we go with that Colossus pack, I think it kind of takes that all out of the equation. Having $200,000 really will continue to allow us to expand and add more stuff, right? So certainly add more land, certainly. Which is really the next step we need to be at, because we're getting close to a point now where we're not going to have a lot to do for a couple of months again, right? The cotton fields and stuff are going to be, growing for a little while, and they take a long time, right? And we're going to continue to add more and more cotton fields, of course, right? But, this one, and this one, they're all early stages, so it's going to be a while. The wheat field, it'll be coming up soon, of course, and then this cotton field, we're obviously, like I said, we'll be ready to harvest more than likely next month. But after that, we're going to be kind of in a waiting stage again for the cotton for a little while. So it probably is 100% worth us to buy more land and make more cotton fields more specifically, because that's kind of the approach we're wanting to go with right now, right? Is go heavy on the cotton. Because those clothes are really are a game changer, right? And by the time the next year comes around to sell the clothes and we have a ton more clothes again to sell, I mean, we're going to be looking really good then, right? We're going to be looking really good. We're going to be able to buy a lot of land up. A lot of land. Lots of land. So, okay. So, I think those were the same. I think I put it in the right one. I hope I did. If not, I'll turn the other one on. I did. All right, cool. So, it'll keep chewing through that. That's good for us. We are pretty much done at this point. The only other thing really left to do is pick up those spinach pallets really quick, get them off the field there, and I guess we'll find out if this will regrow again or not. I mean, it says spinach in it still, but it just says harvested, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember what it said the first time. I don't remember if it said harvested the first time or if it said growing. I don't remember what it said, but we'll find out... We'll find out next month, I guess. I'm going to get these all put up here. I'll just do it off camera. It won't take me too long to do, hopefully. Just get them out of the way. The spinach, I think, is coming up... I think it's August? I feel like we looked at that last time. September. Okay, so we got a little bit longer than I thought we did, but... it'll be here soon. It could be August, right? Sometimes August is better average price than September, right? So it could be. But soon enough, we'll be selling the spinach here. Soon enough, they'll be ready to sell. All right, they are all strapped down and off the field. Oop, forgot 2 pallets over there. We got to go grab those really quick. Otherwise, it's all moved, so we can go ahead and move to July now. And we will see if that cotton field is actually ready to harvest or if there's one more month. I think it's going to be ready, though. I really do. I think it's going to be ready, so... Man, we got a lot of spinach. Holy cow, we got a lot of spinach. All that over there is all spinach, too. There's a lot of spinach. Kind of makes me want to keep it up here just because I spent all the effort putting it up here. That's a lot of spinach, though. And the pallets are just sliding again, of course. All right, well, whatever. Okay, I'm going to leave them on there for right now. Let's go ahead and jump to July. I will see you there. Alright, gang, welcome to July. It looks like we're out of space at the eggs for them to spawn, so we need to move those around. And also, we can confirm that the spinach does not grow back a second time. So, once you've planted it one time, it will regrow once, but then after that, it no longer grows. So we're going to need to plow this up, of course, and kind of move on from there. Let's go ahead and move these eggs out of the way, though, because it's going to continue to spawn that trigger up there until I move them. We're probably needing to figure out something else for the eggs here. We're getting to have a lot of eggs, which is not a bad thing, but we're kind of running low on space here. So maybe we should find something for some storage for eggs elsewhere, right? That probably would help us. For now, I'm just going to kind of slide them out here. It's probably going to be partially in the way a little bit because they're kind of sticking out there, but yeah, I think we'll be okay for a little while. So we'll let that be. How are they doing? Oh, they got plenty of food. They're good. They're good. They got plenty. Plenty. What is this? Plenty of water there, too. There, everything's good. Everything's good. All right. So, I did a little research. What's in the used market? Anything for us? Not really. I mean, these are kind of nice, but they're both auger wagons, which means, you know, we'd have to put them into another trailer anyway. It doesn't really make any sense right now, in my opinion. The only way it would make sense if I want to utilize that is our silo, right? I think that's the only way it would really make sense. This is a nice international case trailer here, or tractor here, but it doesn't really make sense. There's really not a reason for us to have something that small. This is nice, maybe something to consider, maybe, with how inexpensive it is. It does store a little bit more, you know, than what we currently have, so maybe that's something to consider. Otherwise, I don't think really anything else out there is for us. You know, talked briefly about, you know, a lot of you were mentioning that, not the last episode, but the prior episode, right, about utilizing the Colossus harvester. Here it is. It's $376, so it is definitely, it's about $100,000, a little more than $100,000 in savings, right? So it is a pretty significant amount of savings. I'm not really planning, at least for the cotton, to go the approach of unrealistic picking up the massive bales by hand. I'm not really planning to do that. I'm going to utilize the actual trailer to go and kind of back up to them and pick them up that way. So I'm not too concerned if this doesn't have liftable on it. It doesn't really say that, but I think the Colossus all do. But, you know, even if they don't for whatever reason, I'm not that concerned about it. I'm going to do wide tires as I normally would do. Everything else, really, I don't care all that much. I don't really want to spend a whole lot of extra money on any of this. Everything's going to be standard, so it's, you know, it's not unrealistic. I don't want it to be super unrealistic. I don't mind a little bit of unrealistic in you know, certain circumstances, but I don't want that to happen here, and part of the rules are to use stuff that's not super unrealistic, right? Now, it says Fast Farm Edition on it, but it's really not, because I'm not, it has the option to do that, but I'm only working at an 80-mile-per-hour speed, which is normal, right? Everything is normal here. Everything's just standard. The engine's standard. Everything's standard, besides the wide tires. That's the only thing that we upgraded. So it's just very basic, right? Buying this now will still give us a significant amount of money in the bank account. It'll still allow us to continue to expand, and it'll allow us to get other pieces of equipment as well if we want to. So for me, this is the answer, and this is what we're going to go with, and we're going to buy it right now. Okay, so we still have $147,000 in the bank account, which is awesome. It is awesome to have that amount of money, right? Awesome. Look at this thing. This thing is gigantic. Look at this thing. Huge. So, welcome to July. Obviously, for obvious reasons, the cotton field is ready to harvest today, so we did go ahead and purchase this. Also, I can tell you that this will be plowed up today and reseeded today, along with this being plowed up. I don't know if we'll reseed both of them today. We probably will. Honestly, we probably will. The next month, the only thing that we're really going to have to do is this right here. Obviously, we'll have the cotton field because we're going to put oilseed radish in it, of course. But that's it. It'll just be those two fields. There's really not going to be a whole lot else for us to do. We'll combine these two fields together like we talked about doing before too, right? But this thing is an absolute... Look at that fan in there. This thing's a beast, man. I'm going to turn everything on really quick here. I just want to see how all of this works here. Okay, so we're unfolding it. Yeah, that looks more like what I would expect it to look like now. It's weird that it folds that way. Kind of weird, right? Automatic drop. We want that. Okay, well, we're moving, man. We're moving. Let's get into this, man. This is gonna be fun. I can't wait, man. We actually have a cotton harvester now, and we still have plenty of money in the bank account, right? So this is going to make our life so much easier. What it does mean is we can really get rid of those manual cotton harvesters as well. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be done today, but we can get rid of those. Does seem to be going a little bit faster than the normal one, but it's not outrageous. I'm okay with it. Like I said, it's maybe a little bit off, but overall, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with it. This thing is awesome, man. Look at this thing. Probably should be going more around like the 7 mile per hour. We're going 9. It's what's 2 mile per hour. It's not that big of a deal. It's not unrealistic. We don't have like an unrealistic width or anything like that. We're still going to be going through this, right? But this is a game changer. This is a game changer. I mean, we're basically doing, I don't know, three passes with the manual one, and you know, with just one pass with this, right? And I think with the manual one, we were going about 6 or 7 mile per hour anyway, right? So I don't think it's too unrealistic to think that you could go 9 mile per hour with an actual machine like this versus walking it, right? Right? So, man, this is awesome. This is awesome. This field's going to be done in no time. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. I don't know what the pre-chamber and the main chamber. So I guess the pre-chamber is just picking up all of the cotton, and then the main chamber, it's going to turn it into a bale. Most of the bales that I've seen for the cotton harvester, they're like a long, like a rectangle-like shape, but it looks like it's a round bale on the little icon there in the bottom right corner, right? So I guess we'll find out what this one pops out, but this thing is awesome. The behemoth. Okay, well, all right. Yep, you're not going the way I want you to go there. All right. Okay, well, we're just going to keep going the way he wants me to go, I guess. Whatever. So we'll see what kind of bale it pops out here first. That's the reason why I didn't buy the trailer yet, because I was going to buy the one trailer that picks them up in a format of you know, square type of bales, but I don't know what's going on here. Now we're in the main chamber. We're in the pre-chamber, but now we're in the main chamber. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand any of this, to be honest with you. I don't understand any of it. I have no idea what we're doing here, but we'll figure it out. I've never used the Colossus one, to be fair. I've never used it before. I've used the Colossus harvesters before, like the main harvesters, but not the cotton harvester. I did everything right? I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, it's everything standard. So yeah, it should be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're a lot larger than I think they are. I really don't remember. Maybe they're like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 liters. Maybe that's what it is. Oh well, we'll keep moving on. We'll see what happens. All right, before we continue on here, I'm actually going to go ahead and set a worker off, doing a little bit of work here for us, more specifically, getting stuff prepped and ready to go. So let's go ahead and get that started. 'Cause we've got a lot to do. Doesn't mean we have to get all of it done today, but we got a lot to do. All right. So we'll carry on. We'll see how long it takes to pop out a bale here. I hope we get at least one bale off this field. Now I'm kind of thinking that maybe this holds a heck of a lot before it actually makes a bale. And if that's the case, then we're going to need to make some larger fields. We're going to need to make a lot larger fields, right? A lot larger fields. We'll carry on. We'll figure it out. Okay, we're pretty much done. It looks like, you know, it's 20,000-ish liters, I think, for a bale here. So we don't have a full bale off of that one field. I don't know if we're going to be able to spit out a bale here or not. Your guess is as good as mine. I do think we're going to be expanding this field pretty significantly here. I think I'm going to go that way towards the shop, as I mentioned, right? But I don't know. I don't know for sure if we're going to be able to even get a bale out of here right now or not, if we're going to have to wait until another field's ready to harvest. Good thing is we've got plenty of money in the bank account to survive, and we've got all that spinach to sell that's coming up here soon, right? All that spinach it's going to be a lot of money. It's going to be a lot of money. It really is. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can get this thing to spit out a bale or not. I could have changed the bale size. Unload unfinished bale. Okay, yes, it will work. Okay, good. Good. All right, cool. Well, this is going to be one massive bale for one of the grannies, right? Maybe too big, and I guess we'll find out now if it can be liftable or not. Be a tight corner here. Ugh. Well, we will find out what happens here. Is it a round bale? It is a round bale. How about that? That is a massive round bale. Accepted all of it. Granny's is good to go. Perfect. All right, well, there you go. They're cruising. Awesome. All right, so we got to find a spot to store this behemoth. And we got to fold it, and if we fold it, it goes into a much longer setup. But I guess it's not as tall, so I guess that makes it easier to put it into sheds and things like that, I guess. Can this fit in there? I'd like to put it in with the other harvester if it'll fit in there. Move this a little bit forward here. Probably need to go ahead and get the worker started actually on this one, getting the stones up. I know the rules are you can only use one worker, I know, but that worker's literally almost done. And I've said before, once we get a little bit bigger and we're getting there, I would probably be breaking that rule. We need gas soon for this. Can this fit in there? I don't know. The front might be a little bit too wide. The actual header of it might be too wide to go through here. Okay, it can't. It actually is just too tall in general. Right there, it's slightly too tall, so it doesn't matter. It wouldn't be able to fit in there anyway. All right, well, it's a good thing we've got this big, massive one over here. Now, the only problem is this might not be, again, it might not be able to fit in there with the front of the header here being too wide, which means if it is, then we're going to have to fit another shed of some sort here very, very soon. Actually, this might be too tall, too. It is too tall. Okay, well... All right. Well, I guess it's just going to hang out in the elements for a little while. Don't really love that about it, but you know what? It's there's not really much else we can do right now, right? So it is what it is. Let me go ahead and turn all of this off. I don't need all these things on. This mess of stuff, it's going to take a while to get all that sorted out here in the coming episodes. That is a mess. I'm just going to park it right here. And let's go to here. And we're going to go ahead and get started on plowing up our field down there, our cotton field down there. I'm not as concerned about getting something on the ground on this field today. Really, I'd like to get something on that field there, and I'd like to really try to get most of this field down here prepped and ready to go as well. Doesn't necessarily mean we have to get the cotton in there today, but I would like to try. I am going to do a little bit of the unrealistic approach here with the plow, I think. It's just going to save us a little bit of time. Now, I am going to buy some fields today, too. Or some plots of land, I guess I should say. We're going to expand today. More specifically, I'm going to buy this because it'll allow me to take this field and kind of make it a bit of a coastal cotton field as well. So we'll go ahead and buy that. It's not expensive. And then I'd like to buy this field, too, which is 40. We'll do that, and I'm going to buy this as well, which is another 8,000. This is the 93,000, which is not a ton of money, but it's plenty. Honestly, for us, it's plenty. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to expand this cotton field, like very much expand this cotton field. It's going to be the largest cotton field we have. It's going to be a huge expansion we're getting ready to do here. Massive, massive expansion. Soon enough, the cows will be in a better state. We'll have more cows, too. Which we'll be able to start actually putting some more stuff down on the ground here. But for now, this is going to be another oilseed radish approach for this field here. At least part of it will be. But we're basically going to take this field and we're going to go straight with it. It's going to be a little difficult probably for me to get this perfectly straight like I've been doing. But I'm going to attempt to try to keep it that way as much as I can here. Again, we'll have to do a little touch-up work for sure. It's not going to be perfect. I'm also honestly not really expecting it to be perfect either. Even though that may sound crazy, I'm really not. As long as it's close, I'm going to be pretty happy. I'm not really sure I want to attempt to go any further than that right now. I think that's going to be good enough. This is going to be a massive field, man. And we're just going to kind of follow the coastline here like we've been doing. Kind of keep our coastal cotton approach going, man. Just really amp that up. Try to get as close as I can there to the edge without actually getting to the edge, because that's one of the rules, right? We can't do anything with the sand down there. So it'll be a bit of an awkward shape rounding around here, but that's all right. Now, we are going to be doing another episode here in July. There's just no way we can get all of this done. Everything I just mentioned to you, that there's no way I can get all of this done in one episode. So we'll be doing another episode here in July to try to help, you know, kind of complete the whole thing here. Might even jump to August, too, with the next episode. I guess it really depends on how much we have left to do when all of a said and done here today. I'd like to get this field at least all plowed up before we end and let the worker continue to do their thing that they're doing, right? Okay. I'd like to get rid of that little bush there, but I think I'm going to get a little bit too close if I do. So I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Yeah, because it's literally right on the edge. I'm not going to do that. Now, this field just got gigantic. I mean, absolutely gigantic. Start planning on getting soon enough an upgrade to the planter, because we're like I said, we're heavily going towards cotton, right? So the first thing I want to upgrade is the planter, and then we can kind of go from the regular drill from there. But yeah, continue to focus on that. I think I'm also going to do something a little bit different here as well than what I initially anticipated. So we've got these fields, we're going to combine them. I am going to make a track kind of going through here, right? And then this track is going to continue. But we can take this field and kind of make it a weird, awkward, like, triangle-type shape down to here, right? I think that's the way I'm going to do it. This means this track here, this field here, is going to be kind of up on the side of the hill here. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. We'll kind of keep an eye on it. If it gets too steep, then, you know, we'll modify it. But at least that's what I think I'm going to do. Because if I don't, what am I going to do with this little tiny triangle field right here, right? I might as well just extend it to what is going to be our wheat or barley field. Or, well, it's really the chicken food field, right? And that will honestly be plenty, and we could even expand the chickens at that point if we want to, right? And start making a lot more money off of them. I mean, look at how big that field is. It's not even in the same realm as any of the other fields that we thought were gigantic, right? It's not even close. I don't want the worker to do it. I'm not asking the worker to do it. Alright, this is the last little bit here, and this field is all set and ready to go. It's a truly gigantic field. You can almost not see from one end to the other here. This is going to be a big payday for us when this is time to harvest. It's going to be a huge payday. But we are going to leave the episode at this point, gang. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you smash the like, subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. They are free to do, and it helps me more than you could possibly imagine. Thanks to my members for all of their continued support. It really does mean the world. If you want early access to videos like this one, maybe consider becoming a member. There is a link down below for you. Check out my second channel. Check out the Discord, the shop, everything you need. It's down below. I am still offering 10% off on the shop, by the way, for the Go Live. That will likely end by next week. So if you do want to buy something and you want a bit of a discount, there's a link on my post section on the channel. If you go to the post section on the channel, you'll see it there. There's a link for 10% off. So make sure you get it before it's gone. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for your support as always. We'll see you next time.